my friends, welcome back. It's Deb from Bowl Me Over. I'm so glad you joined me today. Welcome to my kitchen. We're gonna do something super fun today, and that is refrigerator cucumbers. When I was a kid and we would travel back and forth every year to South Dakota, and Grandma would make cucumbers for us. And specifically, she'd make these for my brother and I. She would make them in a 5-gallon bucket, and she would chew us out because we ate too many at every dinner. We just loved them, and I still do to this day. So let me show you the easy ingredients we're gonna need for this recipe. You're not gonna believe how simple this is to make. It's only a handful of ingredients, so let me walk you through that really quick. We're gonna need cucumbers. You can use regular cucumbers. I'm using English cucumbers today. It's just personal preference, it's no difference. We'll need sugar, apple cider vinegar, although I have used regular vinegar in a pinch, salt. This is optional, and that is celery seed. It's totally up to you, and just a little bit of water. It's all we're gonna need for this recipe. Okay, before we get started, I just thought I'd talk containers with you real quick. Honestly, you can use any type of container you have. You wanna be fancy and use a canning jar, you could do that. We could use just a little container jar, leftover takeout, an old pickle jar. Really, honestly, whatever you have is gonna work for this recipe, because the beauty is there's no canning in this recipe. We don't have to use a pressure cooker. We don't have to boil it on the stove. This is super easy. Okay, let's get started. We're gonna make our brine first, and it's super simple. We're gonna start with a hot pan. It's on high. We're gonna add a 1/2 cup of water. And then next is apple cider vinegar, and that's a cup. We're gonna add a cup of sugar, and then salt. And what we're gonna do, this is just gonna take a minute, and we're going to whisk this until the sugar and the salt dissolve. And once that dissolves, we're gonna remove it from the heat and add in the celery seeds. Okay, so our brine is ready. The salt and the sugar have combined into the vinegar and water. I'm gonna remove it from the heat now, and just add the celery seeds. Give it another whisk, and we're moving on to our next step. The next step is really simple. All we're gonna do is slice our cucumbers. Now, if you like super crunchy pickles, slice them a little wider, 1/4 of an inch thick. If you like thinner pickles, like looser pickles, just slice them thinner. It's no big deal. And it's totally your choice. So I'm just gonna quickly chop them up, and then we're gonna pack them into our glasses. So this might take just a minute. Okay, great. So we have our cucumbers sliced up. All we gotta do now is pack them into the jars. You don't have to do it anything fancy. There's no rhyme or reason. Just put them in the jars. Hey, here's a fun fact. I don't know if you know this. Do you know that when I was 16 and 17, I worked at Steinfeld's pickle packing plant. That was hard to say. I worked there every summer for, I think, 2 or 3 years, and I still like pickles. So, in fact, I love pickles, but boy, that was a challenge. But these are so much better. These are fun. Okay. So I do want to pack them in kind of tight, because once they brine and they ferment, they rise to the top, and so I pack them in pretty tight, just an FYI. Okay, so our cucumbers are packed into the jars. I've taken the brine and I've transferred it to a big glass jar just to make it easier to pour. And all we do is just pour the brine over. And be careful so it doesn't spill out. Okay, this is just a closer look to make it easy for you. I'm just, again, pouring the brine over the pickles, the cucumbers in the jar, and just filling them up to just to the top. Did we make the perfect amount of brine or what? Okay, so our pickles are done. all we need to do, and this is, I swear, it's the hardest part of it, is we need to put them in the refrigerator and not eat them for a day. That's it. So that's it. Aren't they gorgeous? Didn't they turn out pretty? Again, just refrigerate them and then take them out and enjoy. They're great on sandwiches. They're great for snacks. You will love this recipe, I promise. Okay, our pickles are done. I grabbed one from the refrigerator. These are so good. I thought I'd give it a little taste test. And listen real close. Tell me if you can hear how crunchy they are. Oh, they're so good. This reminds me of summertime with my grandma. I hope you make these real soon, okay? Don't forget, like and follow the channel. Head over to TikTok, head to Instagram, follow me, I'd sure appreciate it. And of course, visit the blog at bowlmeover.com. Thanks so much, we'll see you next time.